Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2. In the previous episode, we ended up back in Poland because I decided to head back east to go to the southern region map. So we are currently in Opole, if that's how you pronounce it, in Poland. We came from somewhere in Germany. Was it Leipzig? I can't remember. But we are headed to the southern region map here. This is a separate mod which connects via RusMap. So ProMods is this one, and the RusMap is this one, Southern Region is this one, and it's a beautiful site. I've been playing it for a couple of weeks over at the stream now, and it's beautiful really. Now, a small change is instead of going via Russia here, Olan did recommend a mod. It's fairly new, which instead of connecting via RusMap here, it connects the southern region via ProMods, which is specifically in, how do you pronounce it? Constanta? I'm not sure how to pronounce that T with a tail there, in Romania. So that's where we'll be heading. We'll be taking a ferry from Constanta to Novorossiysk. Novorossiysk, I think is how you pronounce that city. And then we'll be in the southern region territory. You can see the different exciting roads here. Look at that. How the heck can you take a trailer through that one? I'm not sure. I haven't really driven through the entire map yet, but yeah, so there will be still a lot of surprises. Now, in terms of this current episode, we'll be headed east. I found a job which goes to Rzeszów, I think is how you call that. As always, I am clueless with these pronunciations. It's M163 VATS from Stobart. I don't know why Stobart has that, but it's a an APC, armored personal carrier, or maybe a small tank. Either way, it's a military vehicle. I'm no expert with that, but yeah. Alright, set. Before we get started, I do want to check out something. The field of view, yeah, I did forget to set the mirrors before when we first purchased the truck, and I want to set this a bit nearer. Go back more because they said it's more realistic to have a narrow field of view. Ideally it should be 45. That's the most realistic, they said, true to life, but it's too much for me, so I'll be putting it somewhere in the middle, maybe 60. And since I have TrackIR, it should be no problem to look left and right on the mirrors and everywhere else. Yeah, and then we just tilt this to show everything. There you go. And then we maybe look down so we can see more of the steering wheel. Then that should be good, I think. Let me see, huh? That's way down though. Can't even see the DAF anymore. Nah, let's try it. Let's try it. Maybe that works. Maybe that works. Alright, let me just fix the mirrors a bit so that we can see more. Because if you look at the truck there, it's actually covering like half of the mirror, which doesn't make sense. You only need the edge of it just so you know how far these things are with regard to your truck. So that should be more than enough. The same way here. I should have done this when we first bought the truck, but better late than never, right? There we go. Also, I don't use it often, but turn that on so that when we turn on the high beams, the lights at the above light up as well. Right. Beautiful. Seems you guys like the engine sound levels already, so we'll be keeping that. And we do still have the Garmin GPS, which looks beautiful, so we'll keep that as well. And there was a recent patch to ETS2 before we finally drive that changes the gearbox, the shifter layout rather. So like there's a Scania 12. I think there are a lot of additions and you can add custom ones now. I'm not sure how that is, but for me specifically, I'm okay with the range, generally speaking. Yep, that's how I like it. Good. Before we get started though, in addition to all the other rituals, I love that engine sound. Let's go and fix our truck because we did incur a lot of damage last episode with that derpy physics. 5% on engine, 9% on chassis, 12k, ouch. Yeah, and I'll be sharing some ideas with you as we go along. Right. Okay, all my trailers are down, or all my axles rather. Let's get to it. It's right across the street. But I didn't realize it's you have to cross still. I thought you just have to cross that way. It seems like we have to go around. That's fine. There we go. It's a bit too bright, isn't it? There you go. The simple trick of going in and out of the window. I've been looking around for that. I've seen that I'm not the only one having that issue. So it seems like a common thing. And it's something that goes wrong with the HDR function of the game. So hopefully they improve it. Yeah, and it still have Foggy Weather 2.0 turned on. It's still in closed beta though, so it's still not accessible by the public. But as soon as it is, I'll let you know. In the meantime, do enjoy the sights and sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Let's go and pick up this trailer. Like, there was one idea from Sheng. There is a recent update to the mod. I think it's called Improve Company Trucks. And the concept behind this mod is it adds so many different variants to the quick jobs. You know, the quick jobs, if you guys can still remember that, usually you just have quick jobs before you get your own truck, but once you do, you never look back to it again, right? I'm gonna fit there. Yes, I am. Plate should be somewhere here. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a bit. Let me just finish this. So I did also download a mod which is called Immersive Symbols or something like that from the Steam Workshop. It's basically replacing the cones that we have for the trailers and it removes the boundaries, changes the floating things to sewer plates. So we had that before already, but this specific mod looks a bit different. So if we look at our trailer there, that's the one with the cones. Previously, the mod we had just put an X at the ground, but this one, it's more apparent. You can easily see which one is your trailer even without the floating things, yeah? The ones with the cones there at the side. So that's ours. So also it removes the boundaries as what we have already, and changes to sewer plates those floating things like chop pickup, fuel stops. So it's basically an improved version and a combined version. Just for one mod, you get everything already. And as always, I don't get it in one go. I don't know why. Maybe something like this. For real? Is that right? That looks to be right. I'll give it one more try. I'll nudge a bit to the right. Yeah, something like that maybe. I wonder how real life truckers do this. How they align to that. Because you can't really see the fifth wheel, right? So it has to be something like an estimate, a guesstimate. Probably driven via experience. So this is only 13 tons. But I would think, although honestly I'm not sure, if this has steerable axles. Maybe not. Maybe not, we'll see. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't have. The tires at the back of the trailer remain straight, which is fine, I guess. Let's turn on our beacons. Is there a beacon at the back? There is none. I don't know why. Okay, so it's going to be quite difficult to haul this, mainly because of the bulkiness. And you can see the trailer barely wants to budge. But we'll make it happen somehow. Okay. I love the engine sound really. I was thinking of putting on some music, but yeah, a lot of you guys commented that the music doesn't really fit. Like Jesse even said the engine is the music, so no need for music, so we leave it out. I did enable it in the stream though a couple of days back. During the stream I had very faint music on and people barely noticed, but I think it's good to fill in the gaps. Like for example, when you go to the menu, you go to the map, sometimes there's no music there. The in-game music doesn't always trigger for some reason, so that fills the gap there. So I think it's a good compromise. Maybe we'll try it sometime, but for now I think it's good without it. Alright, so let me know how it goes with the field of view. This is how it looks. I think it looks realistic actually. It looks very realistic, and I can always look left and right. Yeah, thanks to TrackIR. Good, let's get going. And let me just forgot to set the routes, because we can actually discover, how do you pronounce that? Katowice and Krakow. I've never been to Krakow here in the game. Interesting. Actually in real life as well. So it's going to be 353 kilometers. It's going to take a while, but it's going to be a pretty enjoyable and very nice scenery ride, I would believe so. Beat the red light, thank you. And I still have a lot of traffic on thanks to SIP's realistic traffic, something like that. But it's in the mods list. And he has a version now specific for ProMods. Honestly, I don't know what the difference is, but since we have ProMods, I'm using that version. Right. Leaving the city limits onto the highway. So what I was telling a while ago was that Sheng had an idea on a new series, a new ETS2 series. So we have this main series, right? It's episode what, 145, and it's been there for a while, more than a year now, I think. Interesting sounds. Where was that sound coming from? Oh, it's from here. Interesting. Wonder what the emergency is. Oh, rip Renault. Yeah, accident. That's a nice. The accident isn't good at all, but I like the add-on, like how it makes it real that there are events there. I would guess that's a static event though, so the next time we go back this route, they'll still be there, but it's better than nothing at least. Anyway, let me finally continue with my thought. So I did Sheng did recommend a new series for YouTube, an ETS2 series, wherein instead of owning our truck, owning a company, building our logistics company, hiring drivers and making money, why not be like a vagabond, a trucker for hire? That could be a series name, Trucker for Hire, where we basically do quick jobs. Now the concept might not be very appealing. That's the engine brake, by the way. The concept might not be very appealing. Or is that the sound when I go beyond the lines? I'm not really sure. So the concept might not be very appealing when it says, when we hear about quick jobs, because we have a very bad view of what quick jobs are. Like my initial impression when hearing quick jobs was, why would I want to do quick jobs? I mean, I have a truck already, and usually you only make use of quick jobs when it's when you don't have your own truck yet. So it's just a means to get purchasing your own. But once you purchase your own, you never do quick jobs again. Now the good thing about this is there is a mod over at I forgot where. I think I have it in the mods list actually. If you look at the lowest part, in the miscellaneous part, it should be there. Like Improved Company Trucks is the name, by Alexei P. Yeah, that looks to be the sound when you go out of the line. Yep, looks like it. So sorry. So yeah, this mod, oh man, we'll be here forever. This mod adds so many variations to the quick jobs, and it makes it realistic. Like imagine if you're a trucker but you don't have your own truck, so you basically like a freelance trucker. You basically take jobs from people with trucks. So you basically take different trucks every single trip, every single job, and it's not your own. So you can imagine how it looks for each truck. I mean, those trucks probably aren't new. They're pretty old, they're pretty used, they have their own quirks and stuff. And that's what the mod introduces. It's very nice. Like if you take a job, it's not going to be a perfect, for example, you take a Scania or a Iveco, you take a truck, it's not going to be a perfect truck like in the default game. It's going to have a certain percent of damage in the truck. Sometimes it goes to 19% damage. So it's a pretty used up truck, it's a pretty beat up truck. And it's a nice addition. It's a nice concept. And it's not only the damage there, even the look of it. Sometimes the windshield is dirty, sometimes the windshield is a bit cracked, you know, and all of them have Jeep. What happened there? I just noticed it. You guys probably noticed that from the beginning, but why do I have 2 GPSs now? That might be a bug with the Garmin GPS. We will go and stop over here and fix that up. Don't worry. I'm not sure why I didn't notice that before. Did you guys see that? When did you start seeing that? Let me know in the comments if it was way back in the beginning of the episode, because I'm sure in the previous episode it was fixed. Anyway, so yeah, that's how it should look. Like if you take quick jobs, you get a different story for every truck. This truck has these accessories. This truck has a very damaged chassis, so you have engine failure every now and then. This truck has a cracked windshield, so it's a bit ugly to look at, but it's working. It's a work truck, you know. This truck has blue lights, this truck has fog lamps and everything, so it's different for every ride. It's like a roulette. It's like yeah, you take your chances in which truck you're taking. Sometimes it's lucky, sometimes it's not, and the trailers will be varying as well. I only set that barrier with this truck because it's too for some reason this truck is very, I'm steering on my like mat here, this truck is very sensitive. Like the force feedback is very light on this truck, I've noticed in the DAF compared with others. Hopefully I wasn't hitting anything there. Check the trailer. No damage, okay. I wasn't. So yeah, that's how it goes in that improved company trucks mod. It's a very nice concept. So instead of owning our own company, we basically are truckers for hire. And that gives us more freedom actually, because with quick jobs you can pick from any country, so it's easier to check out new places. But we can also role play it. I was thinking like if you're a trucker for hire, you would have to get, if you try and role play that, then you would have to get to the destination somehow, right? You can't just teleport in reality. So I was thinking maybe in the beginning we have a pretty beat up car, like a real car, and that's what we're driving to the company. Oh, this is where we're turning. Can I make this turn? Might be too sharp. Don't stop in my middle. There you go. Turn off the left signal. Turn on the left signal. When I turn it on, he stops. Insane. Wow, look at that. We actually made it thanks to the steering axle at the back. So let's fix this GPS, right? I'm not sure how it fixed, how you can fix it. Do I just remove the thingy? I don't know. So let me see. Did I change something with regard to the truck? I didn't really. Should I go standard like this? Or maybe I just remove this mod. Okay, remove that and then I confirm. It's still there. I'm not sure. It seems like something overwritten. Something has overwritten the Garmin GPS mode. So if I put it in here, it would be double now. Seems like I would have to remove it for now. Garmin. I wanted it the glare. Yeah, black glare visor. That probably won't fix it. Yep. One last try. If we change the interior to standard, still wrecked. Huh. Okay, fine. But let's keep that interior for now, and let's maybe change the steering wheel as well. Give a chance to the gray one. This one. I know some of you guys like the orange, but some of you like the standard as well. So let's mix it up so everyone's happy. And let's remove the Garmin GPS. For some reason, yeah, it's not working anymore. If any of you guys know why, let me know, okay? It's weird. There you go. Okay, should be good. Opposite way. Turn on our beacons. So yeah, that's what the Quick Jobs concept is with the improved company trucks. It also changes a bit the economy, I think, and the XP. So it's a bit harder to level up, or it's a bit harder to earn money actually. But yeah, I was thinking instead of teleporting to the company itself, maybe we could get a pretty cheap car, like a beat up car in the beginning, and then because if you're a trucker for hire, you have to get to your destination somehow, right? Whoa. Whoa. Can you let me pass, please? Thank you. So yeah, I was thinking taking a car to the company and then picking the quick job, so at least seems like you parked your car somewhere and then you took the job. So at least to simulate it a bit, you know, role play it a bit. I think that can work. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think about that concept. If you're interested in having a new series for that. But maybe in the beginning I'll test it out on stream. On the Friday stream for Truck Sim, maybe I'll try that concept out. And we'll see how the people react. Oop, accident with a police car. Rip. I feel sorry for the guy. I'm not sure though. It seems like something really is messed up with the AI, because they didn't usually have problems with that kind of simple turning. I mean, it wasn't even packed there. Didn't even have a lot of people in it, but still had a lot of problems. It's really weird. So yeah, I've actually tried it a bit, the quick jobs with the improved company trucks, and it's really interesting. I've seen a couple of different variations. Like there are over, I can't remember the number, but 800 or 1000 plus different variations of trucks. So when you do a quick job, it's really a random thing, and you can't really see the status right then and there. Oh, what's up with my gearing? So it's like you'll see the truck that you're driving, but you have no clue how it's set up, how it's damaged. And if worst comes to worst, you can always have it fixed in the mechanic before you start the job or on the way. Like when you pass through a mechanic, you can do that. So it's possible. It's still possible. And you wouldn't have to pay anything, because when you have repairs done in a quick job, the cost is incurred by the owner, the company, not you. It's actually a very good situation. Can I squeeze in? Probably shouldn't do that in real life. They have right of way, but what the heck, right? Oh, look at the sunset behind us. Beautiful. A bit too bright to go out. Yep. Gamma problem on my end, but look at that behind. Beautiful. That's how it should be, at least. I love the sky boxes and foggy weather 2.0. Oh, there we go. Contrast is fixed now. Maybe we can take a photo before it totally dims down. Yeah, that would be nice. Let me just merge here, then I'll take a photo. Over here, probably. Right before the sun sets fully. Okay. Now, if you don't know this is a neat trick. You see the floating beacon light? That's a common problem. Just reset it. And that fixes the lights. Puts them in their proper place. Yeah, that's a neat trick from me. I learned that from stream, from you guys as well. You taught me that. Right, that actually looks pretty cool. Although we don't see the sun anymore, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so let's probably take a... probably from below. Something like that could work. Yeah, why not? But if you want to see the sky, which is one of the highlights, it should probably something like this. And then we could go with a narrow field of view, a little emphasis on the truck and the sky as well, and something like that. Beautiful. Yep, wrong button. There we go. Good, and it started to rain. Perfect. So we just got that screenshot in time before visibility totally sucks. And yeah, in that separate profile where I was testing the quick jobs, I started my headquarters in France, and I really miss the automatic toll gates. It's super convenient. If you guys remember how it is in the Vive le France DLC areas, you have these automated gates when you don't really need to stop at all. It's very cool. Like this one, you just have to maintain a speed of 30, I think, around 30. So the opening of the barrier will be just in time for your speed when you get there. Well, that's actually a neat effect. If you noticed, when we went under the toll, when we went under the roof, the rain actually stopped as well. So the toll gate is considered as a shelter, as a cover. That's a very nice detail. Attention to detail there. I'm always going out. Oh yeah, I am. Okay, let me go and hug the inner lane a bit more. There you go. A little bit of night driving for us. So yeah, some of the trucks from the quick jobs have like blue lights, as in literally blue lights, blue headlights. So it's a bit, it might be illegal, probably is illegal, but it's cool. It's like something, it's a very customized, very personalized truck, and like I said, it's each truck has its own story, and each truck you pick will have a very what the heck is this? Whoa, rip! GG! What the heck happened to that guy? Now that's a dynamic event. I have no clue how that happened. Don't blame me. It wasn't me, right? It wasn't me. So yeah, those of you who are wondering, the rain affects the droplets, the sounds Even the drops on the windshield and the glass, that has been modified as well by the foggy weather mod, so it improves on that. Isn't it beautiful? Like if you just try and hear the spatters, super relaxing. If you have your headphones on, you probably hear it better. Stop. So maybe go to the rightmost, which is usually the one for trucks. Okay, 13 euros. Also, when you do quick jobs, you don't really pay tolls either. So the only time you pay, I think, is when you get penalties. But for refueling, for fixing the truck, for tolls, you don't spend anything because it's the owner which is spending it. Although in truth, in all honesty, you don't really need much money if we're going to push through with that series of having only quick jobs. And the only place where we would probably spend money on is in buying a nice car. So we start with a very dilapidated car, a very old and beat up car, maybe a second-hand 90s car. It's just something that gets us from one place to the other without any bells and whistles, without any complications, without any nice visuals. And then we take quick jobs, and eventually when we are able to earn enough, we buy a very nice ride, a nice car where we can go around the city, and we can have episodes which actually take us to different areas, just free roam with the car, something like that. What do you guys think about that? Let me know what your thoughts are on that kind of setup. Ooh, look at this. There's a police car actually trying to waiting if someone will violate, and I don't know what kind of violation you can take here. You can get here. Hopefully that's enough of a leeway, because I have no clue. I can't see the back at all. There you go. Do I have my headlights on? Yes, I do. But do I have my auxiliary lights on? No, I don't. And let me just double check. 60 degrees. Yeah. I'll seat all the way to the back. Let's go. It's much better. Alright, we go. We have 172 kilometers left in our journey. Wow. It's quite a bit. I thought we were almost there. Apparently, we're just halfway, more or less. Krakow has been discovered. Perfect. So we'll be going through here, doing some sightseeing. How many hours do we have left? We have 6 hours, so we can't really sleep. So we have to push through at night. A little bit of night driving, but it's fine. It's all good. Yeah, it's kind of shame though that the Garmin GPS doesn't work anymore. I kind of like that. And it's much easier to with the peripheral vision. Almost hit that guy. Not quite. So yeah, having a GPS there is much easier compared with having to look down like that. Especially when you have a narrow field of view. You have to turn, you look down like that. It's more hassle. Turning right. So yeah, it's a shame that that doesn't work anymore, but it's all good. We'll make it work. We'll live with it. Also, in relation to that, I did mention to you guys a few episodes back that there is a new law in the Philippines. It's called anti-distracted driving law or something like this. It's basically a law that prevents people from using their phones while driving, which makes sense. But recently it got there was a it got temporarily suspended because the implementation of it was a bit shady, if you can imagine. Like, because in if you go to the technicalities, it's a man truck dealer. If you go to the technicalities, you can use a phone if it's hands-free, if it's mounted, and then you can use it only for GPS, something like that. And you can not touch it while you're driving, or you can, as long as it's mounted, something like that, which would not impede your driving. And the grayest area is that it's only, is it green now? Yes, it is. The grayest area is that you don't really it's that they don't allow the phones to be mounted on the side mirror, which is what we have usually, like a GPS there or a GPS here somewhere, which is in the peripheral vision. Yeah, so a lot of people have been complaining, like, you want the GPSs to be mounted there, but then isn't that more of a traffic hazard? Like, if you're looking and then you have to look there, you take your eyes off the road actually. So it's a lot more dangerous than having something there, which doesn't really block your entire view. And there have even been evidences and studies about it. Like, there's like someone put a post saying there's like 3 areas in the windshield. Oh, thunder. Very heavy rains. Super dark as well. I am seeing nothing. Like, in the windshield has 3 main areas. One is the main, I forgot the terms, but this is in real studies. So it's like one is the main view, one is like the peripheral view, and the other is the auxiliary view or something. I am just making things up at this point because I can't remember, but the message there is you can put things in the peripheral view without hindering the driver's visibility. So actually the best place to put those GPSs would be in that view, a bit outside but still on the windshield. So until they figure out where the right placement is, they suspended the law, because it's only a matter of time. Actually, it was happening already, that each officer has their own implementation and understanding. So this officer might say, okay, that's fine, but another one might say, oh, you're touching your phone, or you have your device mounted on that hinders the line of sight, something like this. So it's a very gray area and very hard to implement, even though the message is clear. Even though the intention is clear, the implementation is not. So they decided to suspend it in the meantime. Hopefully they find the right balance, and hopefully they stick with it, and hopefully the guys who enforce it don't get corrupt or anything, because as always, implementation is where it gets really hairy. You can have the best of intentions, but if it's hard to implement, then people will not be doing that, and people will be abusing it. Yes, unfortunately, that is the reality. I like this blue ambient light that we have. This is from Seisel, I believe. One of the accessories, interior cap accessories. This subtle blue cabin light. Very, very classy. Is that 90? It's only 80. Okay, so let's slow down a bit. 81. Slow down a bit more. 78. That's fine. And let's just enjoy the ride. So guys, I'm not really sure. I think I want to give that series a try. Trucker for Hire series. But we'll see. The only disadvantage there is we won't have our own truck, so we won't have the luxury of really customizing it to our liking, like choosing the accessories, choosing the paint job, and having a permanent thing of our own. But it's going to be something different. maybe we can have it a bit of a hybrid. We can own our truck, but we can also do quick jobs. We can also do quick jobs in this profile, but actually I want to start from scratch with that kind of approach. It's a bit more roleplay-ish, you know, having a beat-up car in the beginning. I don't even know if there's a mod like that, but I'm assuming there is, like a cheap car that you can buy, and it's not super cool and luxurious looking. It's just a simple one, and then saving up for money to get a decent car. But aside from that, taking jobs as a trucker for hire without your own company, just driving other trucks which have different setups, I think some of them even have bull bars and different kinds of accessories. Some have quite fancy paint jobs, so many different variations. It's quite interesting. We'll probably try it in the stream next time, so that I can give you a taste, and then you can let me know. But if you have comments as early as now, do let me know as well. Hit it up in the comment section, and I'll be happy to read them. And if you have any thoughts or suggestions on how to make that series work, or if you have another idea in mind, or if you just don't like it, any opinion whatsoever is welcome, so let me know. Okay, and I'll try to weigh things, and I'll decide which one is the best to implement. But if ever we have that series, I doubt we'll still continue with this one, because as I said, this series is different because we get to own we get to own trucks, and we get to own a company, and it's something that's that I wouldn't want to miss out on. Like if there's a new truck that was released by a modder, an update or something, and I want to try it, I wouldn't be able to try it in the Truckers for Hire series, but I would be able to try it here. So maybe we have a mix of both. Like both series will be running, but the episodes will be kind of alternating to a point. Something like that maybe could work. The rain has stopped finally. So yeah, we could probably go with that one. You can see as well the sky is pretty realistic. It even has those subtle stars there. I love it. Like you can see it's very, very dark, but still there's something there. I'm not sure if there's a moon even, but the stars are a very nice scene. If I zoom in, you can see them actually. This is also from Foggy Weather. That's probably a skybox, a different skybox. Like for all the different weathers, he has different skyboxes and different I'm not sure how you call it technically, but like different ambiance, different shade. So when it's the afternoon, it's a bit more reddish. Otherwise, it's bluish, things like that. I think, but Kirill will correct me if I got that wrong. And I'm going down the lines again. Yeah, this is the only thing I hate about this truck. It's too darn light. It's too easy to steer that I can't gauge it enough. I don't know. If it's I thought the force, because I have the force feedback plugin, and I had the impression that regardless of truck, it drives the same way and there's the same resistance, but it seems like it's not. It seems like there is like a difference. Just turn on that retarder, engine brake, and brake slowly but surely. Perfect. There we go. That's where we're going, to Rzeszów. Probably how not you pronounce it, but you get the point, right? What's that sound? Interesting. Like the engine brake, or the parking brake was struggling to get released. There we go. Oh, I missed these sunflowers. I remember these because did I share it? Yeah, I think I told you guys. It's summertime, so I did disable the spring weather mod from Grimes. So this is default SCS weather. So the flowers are back to their default sunflowers again. It's a classic. And there's a bit of trivia about that. They said that the sunflowers always face you. In this game, okay? Not in real life, probably not. What the heck is that guy doing? So they always face you because they're like probably 2D objects and don't have like a 3 different dimensions. So regardless of how you face, it always faces the camera. Something like this. But it's understandable since those sunflowers were there way back in the default, in the earliest release of the game. So it's not going to be the prettiest and the most detailed thing ever. Look at that, beautiful sky, super dark, really night. You can really feel it, yet there's still something there. A bit of shade, a subtle shade that tells you that, yeah, there is a little light at the end of the tunnel. Slow down. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Almost there. Yep, perfect. Actually, there's 70 speed limit here. Interesting. What I hate about this, when it's night, super hard to park. Super hard to park. Although it depends on the establishment. If it's depending on the company, on the drop-off point, sometimes there are lights, sometimes it's livable. Okay, did we miss the entrance? Yes, we did. Crap. So probably we can go around, just make a U-turn here, because I was too busy trying to enjoy the scenery that I didn't see. We actually went over the stop already, the turn. Okay, right, that worked. Simple U-turn slot. Thank you, hotel. Good thing there was enough space. Good. And here we go. 2 Wabbiters or Wabbiters. Also, has anyone seen Wonder Woman yet? The movie. It's nice, really nice. We watched it yesterday. Girl power. I mean, the action scenes are really pro, and the story is nice as well. It's not just a simple like superhero movie. There's an actual story and a message there. It's a bit of content. Oh, by the way, you can see the parking areas with cones, so you have a bit of more idea on how your angle should be. Something. Yeah, something like this maybe. I can't really see anything there though. I might hit something. Yeah, it's probably way off the mark. I think I'll have to go third person. Now let's see, let's try it. Yeah, I think that works. That works somehow. We just steer to the right a bit, and then we steer back like so. I think that should be okay. Can't even see the cone at the back. There we go. It accepted it. I'm happy with that. And there we go. 371 kilometers, no damage whatsoever, 12k easy money. Nice. So next episode, hopefully we find something that goes to the south, takes us closer to Constanta, and when we're there, I'll be going to the southern region, right? But before all that, let me just head to the nearest sleeping area. It's late. Oh, there. Oh yeah, yeah. We're the hotel where we did the U-turn. Let's go and pay it a visit. Give it a bit of money. It did help us out after all. Really amazing sounds on this mod. Vasily is a genius. Although sometimes I kind of miss the sounds from sound fixes, from Drive Safely's sound fixes. Drive Safely is the mod author of the sound fixes mod. Like, it's one of the best mods out there. Ooh, pedestrians actually crossing here. Interesting. And disappearing. Hey, what happened? Wasn't me. Oh, there's a hump. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I miss the indicator sound from sound fixes. And sometimes I miss the sounds from Krishboom, but I think Krishboom doesn't have a DAF XF Euro 6 sound yet. But I've heard from Sheng that he is working on a stock DAF sound. So maybe when he releases that one, maybe we'll try to switch it out just for variety. But in the meantime, we'll stick with Vasily's sounds. It's pretty epic. Yeah, I think it's pretty spot on. Like he posted a video, a real life video of the DAF Euro 6 and how it sounds. It's very similar to this one. That don't need that anymore. Oh, look, Michelin Man is actually lighting up. In my screenshot, I don't have him lit up though, I don't think. Love it when you turn off the engine. Yeah, sleep. Ah, beautiful. Super bright. Which is how it is when you're sleeping and then suddenly light comes in. Isn't it? You need some time to process the lights. And now it's better. Anyway, that's gonna be it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates. I'll be waiting for your comments. In the meantime, this is the Clumsy Geek signing off. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Clumsy trucking, everyone. Bye-bye.